Us gamers, we all have the same struggle. At some point, you have to go outside. And when that does happen, and by some chance you encounter someone who's never played a game in their life, what do? You just talk to them, listen about their hobbies or whatnot? No, of course not. You convince them to play games. So, what are some games that you're going to have them play? Let's cover the 10 perfect games to give someone who's never touched a game in their life. Number 1, 2018's God of War. Of course, you could say, oh, what about Ragnarok? No. We are going to start off with a simple story to follow about a father and a son. A father with a bloody past who is now older, wiser, a little grittier, and is trying to prepare his son for the world without letting him go through what he went through. And I think we can all relate to that. You don't have to know the lore or the past. If you do, awesome. You get little tidbits of, oh, I know what that's from. Oh, that scar on his chest? I know what that's from too. But at the end of the day, he's just trying to protect his son from what he knows is eventually going to happen. And that is easy to follow. Number 2, 2023's Game of the Year, Baldurs Gate 3. Now, this is a trifecta because you get A, an RPG, and a damn good one at that. B, a top-down, which, again, different perspectives. We want to expose the person to different genres. We want to have them trying different games. You don't want them playing 10 FPS games. And 3, turn-based, which this game got me into turn-based. I mean, do I really have to explain to you why Baldur's Gate 3 is on this choice? It is perfection. And if you haven't played it because I don't like turn-based, try it. I didn't play turn-based before this. Now I do. It is life-changing, and you want to change that person's life for the better. Number 3, It Takes Two. Now, you know what? Maybe this person needs like a bridge game. They say, you know what, before I try something on my own, why don't you play with me? Why don't you get into it with me? Maybe that'll help them kind of branch off and do their own thing. Again, what better game than It Takes Two? It literally takes 2 to play. And it's amazing. Again, a very easy story to understand. A couple trying to repair their marriage. I mean, realistically, a couple trying to help their daughter, and in the process of doing so, repairs their marriage. It's such a good time. The art style is great. The little mini games you can play throughout the level to see who's better. It's the whole package. Number 4, a good old looter shooter, Division 2. Now, I could have said, Destiny 2, but that's a first-person shooter, and we're going to wait on that. So Division 2, you've got your third-person shooting, you're looting. This kind of exposes them to the whole, all right, you're going to redo these missions to try and get this weapon with this role. Here's your meta builds. If you want to go a sniper or this class, then you're going to need these items. It exposes them to that entire genre of, if it's a looter shooter or a looter slasher or a looter anythinger, you're going to have to build your character around this. So that plants that foundation for them. Number 5, Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 6 or Modern Warfare 2 or 3. Doesn't really matter. First-person shooters. Battlefield, they're all practically the same. Yes, they have their, you could have them play X-Defiant or Rainbow Six Siege, although I wouldn't throw them in Rainbow Six Siege. That is too tactical for most people. So, again, maybe throw them in a nice COD lobby. Expose them to zombies, play along with them. Get them used to the sweats online. Number 6, Age of Mythology. The most approachable RTS, real-time strategy game of all time. First off, maybe you're not into city building. Maybe you just don't get it. Like, I don't care about building civilizations, but you throw Greek, Egyptian, Norse gods in there, I get god powers. I can rain down meteors on my enemies whilst trashing their buildings with my giant elephants. Sign me up. And that's how they're going to feel, because that's how I feel every single time. Like, oh, I can unlock a giant earthquake and throw a tornado over there so I can hit both opponents at the same time. It's great. Number 7, Detroit Become Human, or Walking Dead, the Telltale series, whichever kind of floats your boat. Now, this is a very niche genre of game. This is that. It's really a story unfolding in front of you, and you're really just moving the character, maybe making some choices, making some dialogue options. You are watching a really long movie unfold before you. You're getting connected to these characters. You're deciding their fate. So bring out the chips, bring out the popcorn, pour yourself a drink, dim the lights, maybe bring somebody along with you. I used to watch my brother play these. It's fun for the entire group. Or if you just want to play alone. But it exposes them to that, and they'll get hooked on those characters and then cry when they die. Number 8, Skull Island, Rise of Kong. Now you might say, this has got to be a joke, right? There's no way I'm having somebody play this trash. Listen, I have dropped some heat on this list. You have to humble them. You can't just be giving them banger after banger, game of the year, game of the year, game of the year. This is what gaming is, because that's not what gaming is. Gaming is getting a great game and then a disappointment, and then a great game and then a disappointment, and then another disappointment, and then a half-baked game that you delude yourself into thinking is pretty decent, but really it's a disappointment. So you got to keep them humble, all right? Now, if you're too nice for that, 8.B or 8/B, Hades, the roguelike, not a roguelike. Hades is the roguelike. It's smooth. It plays on Steam Deck. The second one's out in early access. So if they love it, hey, guess what? Go play Hades 2. It's challenging. It's fun. It's frustrating, but not too frustrating. And if you get tired, hey, you've got 7 more games before this you can play. Number 9, another game of the year, Elden Ring. Now, the Souls-likes have become almost their own genre. So maybe they're a natural. Maybe you sit them down in COD and they're winning. Maybe you sit them down in Baldurs Gate 3 and they go no deaths the entire run. Maybe they're just a natural born gamer and they didn't even know it. So you're going to sit them down at Elden Ring. Why Elden Ring? Because you sit them down at Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, Bloodborne, anything like that, and they're going to get too frustrated. They're going to quit. You sit them down at Elden Ring, which has plenty of difficulty, and if it's too hard, they go roam around and they level up, and then they come back, conquer the boss, and move on. We're all having fun here. You stick them in Bloodborne, it's like, I can't beat this boss. I have to go die and kill the same 2 enemies over and over and over and over again, and I'm frustrated, and I don't like it. Please stop. You don't want them to get to that point. Give them Elden Ring. Number 10, No Man's Sky, or Ark. Again, whichever floats your boat. The survival genre. The sandbox, hey, here's this big open space. No Man's Sky, here's this entire universe. Ark, here's this island. Go build stuff. Why? Because you can. Pretty much. Like, go build your ship and travel to new planets and discover stuff. Why? Why not? That's really the answer. Is like, because you can. You're looking up at that planet and you can fly there and you don't want to go there? Like, what? What? You do want to go there. I know you do, because we all do. So build your ship, go mine your supplies, build a little town or a little capsule, and then fly away and do it again. And repeat that process for 100 years until you die. And then you can die happy and pleased and fulfilled, knowing you explored a tiny speck of that little universe. I've got a bonus game. We'll call it 10B. Either Mario, or if they're a PlayStation junkie, maybe you sit them down and they love PlayStation, Astrobot. I know people are going to lose it. Oh my God. No, that's just a Mario wannabe. That doesn't matter. We're exposing them to the platformers. Okay? That put a platformer in front of them. And Mario does it well. Astrobot did it well. The point is, we're exposing them to the greatness of platforming. Okay? That's all we need them to know, is how good those games are, despite how simple they are. Like, you don't need much to have fun. You just need fun. Doesn't have to look hyper realistic. Doesn't need insane difficulty. You just need to jump around and collect stuff. That's all we need. You know, I was going to say, like, go down and comment if you disagree, but I just laid out the perfect list of games. So there's really nothing to disagree about. So go down and comment why you think I'm right. Like, what about each of those games makes them the perfect choice? I really want to hear it, because, like, I had my reason, but you might have a better reason. So go tell me. I want to know. And do the YouTube thing. Subscribe, like, comment. Did the buttons flash up just now, like on the screen? Did they do their little whoop? I love that. I love that. It's such a little change, but I love that. Have a good day.